Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 12, day 2. It is Tuesday, March 21st, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. To support your knowledge of the market, see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday, usually a term designated for political arenas, becomes Super Tuesday sell-off here as market action deep pullback. And when looking for reasons for why it was pulling back, we can look to all corners of the earth, and the truth is the market was just set for a good healthy pullback. We'll take a look at the charts here momentarily, but on the weekend, technical momentum, that's right, as posted here, technical momentum outlook week 12, it was, that's right, watch for any pullbacks to the open gaps on the YM and ES. If daily lows continue to be bought and lifted, which is not exactly what we had, trend will remain upside, but any catalyst to shake things up, downside could happen. Continue to monitor for the what? The break of the daily 10-period moving average. And that's exactly what we got there, Jedi traders. So it was all about remaining in the trend and going to the higher time frames today. All right, let's jump in to the pre-market trend as we post here. Let me go back here for a moment. There it is, pre-market trend posted 15 minutes prior to the daily action. Looking at Ken Polcari's micro view of the day and the shadow trader analysis at the bottom. Econ highlights for today. It was no real red star events, but look at that market sell-off to the downside as the VIX was already downside and we actually ended up turning up. There was the pre-market screen share, but interesting enough, let's go ahead and pull up the chart here for the Asian session. Hang on a second, let me get that again. There was the Globex Asian session. Globex to the upside sure looks a lot different than what the markets ended up turning out to be today. But there it was, 51.44. You got your NQ, YM, and ES all upside there on the 3. Remember, yesterday's performance never, ever indicative of where we were going today. So Asian market, Globex upside, and as we opened up, we're seeing crude chopping up, yen also a little bit chop session here, but gold already moving upside together with the 60 euro, and the NQ, YM, and ES following through from the upside. Whoever knew the picture wasn't going to turn out like that today. All right, there was your screen share for the market open. NQ, we were looking upside at 34, 39, and 58, actually getting to a higher 54.41. That's right, the NQ hitting an all-time high in a market that pulled back today. Relentless, huh? The low, 53.30, 53.30, falling in between that low, 54, actually almost coming down to the downside level that we're looking at today, 54.20, but 53.30. I apologize, I'm off by my numbers here. Actually, 53.90. We'll take a look at the MMLs here for a moment. Deeper sell-off than expected, so we bypassed the downside levels there. All right, short-term pick this morning, we were looking at NQ pre-market. So again, when I said 54.10 and we got the lows of 53.30, we were well beyond the range of both our 60-minute and our 4-hour. So once price action ended up moving past these levels, we had to go to the bigger time frames as seen on the weekends on the technical momentum outlook. NQ Globex TPO volume profile again was already upside, pretty much 100% net. Well, can't say net long because we are holding somewhat within balance here, but again, nice flag up here at the top as NQ was holding at the highs. Didn't seem like it was ready to do anything else. ES, again, make sure you check out the new open gaps downside. Yeah, actually, NQ still holding to 52.32. Deeper pullback yet to close out the gap after ES and YM closed their respective gaps today. All right, ES, we were looking upside from 83 up to 2,400. We only managed to get up to 78. Downside 23.71 to 365, and dipping below the 65, getting down to 338. So bypassing all the levels here. Short-term pick, we were looking at ES pre-market. Let's get that chart up. There we go. Ain't getting anything upside. We're looking at revisiting the former level resistance up here, but 23.67, 64 downside. We just creamed right through those levels and managed to reach some lower lows. Globex TPO, there it was. Again, similar picture, well within balance as the shadow trader analysis, giving all the credit to the pre-market. Here's the source, each morning posted and retweeted here by us here at Trading Fibs. But there was your analysis. Again, you can get the same write-up here. I like posting it on the charts. Overnight inventory was relatively balanced, and we were open up here looking to take out perhaps the overnight high. That's what we did, and just couldn't hold it as price action just came down. Let's go ahead and take a look at that ESTPO there. Bang! Closing out, poking up above, and right back down. So based on profile today, would not say this is a healthy profile as market action found some value at the lows, repairing some previous price action, but again, in no way a balanced profile today. All right, so those were the pre-market trend that we're looking at. Recap for today. A lot of news on the possibility that you can attune to the fact the market sold off. But in the end, I look at the technical charts and I say that's the reason why, exactly the reason why the market sold off. And the market sold off to some healthy levels as market's been needing some pullback for some time. All right, so indices, Globex, regular trading hours, super sell-off downside. Catch up on the news here. Econ highlights, Nike earnings out, Facebook all-time highs, etc., etc. But again, it was all about the trend today. Hey guys, let's go through some of the highlights of the charts today as they stood out. GC on the gold, nice move upside, holding above the 51.44 in respective VWAPs. Again, watching on the MML's low on the Globex to the high up here. GC, while making super trends, already was posting downtrends as the NQ and the YM and ES started to get going here. ES here post 50 minutes and then throwing in, there you can see already wiping out the entire Globex move and the ES on the post 50 minutes. So you got yourself a move again. Whether or not you took the reversal off the MML, kudos to you. Price action on the ES and YM started to roll. Absolutely no setup on the NQ as far as this T3 strategy. So you jump in, you roll with the other indices, and it paid off today. But I'll show you where that NQ possible first initial setup based on the T3 strategy could have taken place, and you weren't that far off. So again, rolling right through the VWAPs like they didn't care today. Price action downside, first move here with the MML. So you're looking 23.67. Is that going to be it for the ES today? And the ES says no, because we got more to go. 367, we got another 30 plus points to roll. All right, that was the ES. Taking a look at the ES post 1 hour, there is price action still moving down. So there you are on still a 5-4 flex Rango. At this point, you have the option of going to the higher time frame. Again, opportunity to bring the stop down to the swing size. And day in, day out, I keep telling you guys, watch the HA bars. They're your friend. They're in trend. You stay on it. You simply manage on the pullbacks. You don't have to trail so close. 51.44 under the VWAPs here, or running with the VWAPs. So you got the price action downside. All of a sudden you see this down here. You're thinking this is the turnaround, and all of a sudden it moves lower. It moves lower. So take a look at the NQ. Again, similar picture. Post 1 hour, price action started to move down. Here was the setup that you could have just jumped in as the rest of the indices. But here, not bad setup here. You're not too far away. You're underneath the cloud. The VWAP already running. Pull back, you're sitting downside. Pull back, not a bad place. MML levels, very nice move down to support. Average daily range low, average daily range high. Nice move. You're thinking this is it? That could be possibly it. You bail and you got a piece of the trade. Also notice the NQ AD line also approaching the negative 70. But for today, that just wasn't enough for the NQ as the NQ continue to push down. Here we go. Average day ADR high to ADR low. Chopping a little bit here, and NQ says, no, we got more to go, and that's exactly what we got. 51.44. Remember the core chart here, guys, high probability setup. This is from weeks ago on the 6J as price action held underneath the cloud. Hike and Ashi bars keep you downside. So similar setup here on the NQ downside underneath the cloud. If you waited for the pullback here to the VWAP, you got yourself another entry. Staying with the HA bars, again, swing size highs are an opportunity to just move your stop down if you're playing to the downside and you haven't bailed. All right, NQ continue to run downside, offering a possible counter trend setup. Look at the AD line as she continued to move down out at the outliers, negative 90, but that AD line was just not ready to quit for today. And so you jump on and you say, all right, we're going to stick with the higher time frames as in the last chart I just showed you. Let me go back for a second. 15 tick. This is now from going from a 10-7 to a 15 tick. And now you're on a 20 tick. You're staying in trend. You're holding on. You're not getting a lot of that noise. And by the mid-session, this is mid-session, close, already price action, trying to retest the lows and no more. Was that it for the day on the NQ? Well, we'll go ahead and see here in a moment on the full session pick. One other pick here, the ES again. MMLs, I've told you guys, is especially in the lower time frames, tends to reset itself. Well, today was a great example of that as it reset itself 2 or 3 times as we saw from the beginning. Remember, the ES at the beginning, pre-market, its lows here, 23.67. And as we neared the end of the day, 23.43 already had reset once or twice. But again, you can appreciate not being able, after consolidation, we were either breaking up or we were breaking down, and breaking down was the answer for the MMLs on the ES today. All right, so ES off the MML lows here towards the end, off 23.43, and actually managed to get down a little bit more. All right, a lot of highlighted charts today. Again, the big picture is to show you opening price, closing price, deep pullback, 51.44 underneath the VWAPs. You got the 20 tick chart. This is a much higher time frame. Once you got something rolling, go to those higher time frames. Pull back, you leave it alone. You're not looking for the counter trend. Stay with the trend downside. If anything, this is a possible opportunity to move the swing stop down from up high. If not, you bail out. You try to get back in. And PM session, okay, not much price action actually from entry to low. So best, you might just want to sit it out. Nothing wrong with that either. A lot of noise on the lower time frames. YM, same picture today. Market open, really not getting much of that move up. Opening price up here, 901 to 620, 300 point drop almost for the day as price action. Again, PM session closes it out. ES again, picture on the ES. Similar picture, got a little bit of lift here. Nice action, pulls downside and pretty much holds around where it closed itself out. And we showed you that TPO. There's the NQ, nice long drawdown, and the ES as well as unbalanced profile. But quite interesting enough on the NQ here, 600-day VPOC, closing out the POC, point of control here, 53.30. I haven't seen in a while, but 600-day VPOC, 53.47. All right, on the daily gaps here, check it out. We have not seen bars like this, as actually we got to lift the all-time high here on the NQ up a little bit higher, but unable to hold today. Comes back down. Nearest open gap still on the NQ downside here at 32.50, but YM claims the 646 open gap, 48.75 here. And yes, we can close those out. Next open gap downside here, 599 and 1575. AD lines, yep, take a look at those AD lines as they just held, could not resist, could not move down below. Yep, tapping about that negative 99. That's as far as we were going today. AD line on the NYSE again, pushing those outliers, but YM nowhere else to go. ES pretty much downside. Again, great market internal, including, that's right, including that cumulative tick index on the tick, cumulative tick study here via Shadow Trader. You can get his tape reader for TOS. But here is the Sierra Charts version, again, showing you the same market internals of holding to the downside. All right, taking a look at the overall upstairs. Again, GC, we had a nice move to the upside just as much as the indices were running up. Gold plowing to the upside here, giving yourself an opportunity for a pullback and then one last move up on the GC. Can't say much on the crude other than a little bit of a downside move, but kind of taking a backseat here to today's price action. Again, 6J and 6E running in similar fashion here, again to the upside as the indices on the U.S. the U.S. indices taking a roll down today on the futures market. All right, running into the picture for tomorrow. Now, let's jump in. And the question is where are we headed? Well, as I say, overnight, we saw that picture, Globex. Who was to know that we were coming downside to today? So you got to be ready in both directions. So here we go. NQ, 15-minute charts. Appreciate the fact that we found some support down here on the bigger time frame. 60-minute, 4-hour chart. If Globex is to follow through for some more selling, you want to make sure that we watch for the first levels on the 60-minute and 4-hour chart, putting us around 53.22. That would be all three charts. Going to the higher time frames, watch for the 50 MA, 284, and then anything downside from there, we're looking to 312.5. 312.5. All right, taking a look at the YM 60-minute chart, 15 and 4-hour chart. Again, let me go back for 1 second. I apologize there. Again, giving some levels to the upside in case market decides to rally up. There you go. 390, 391 would be the levels to watch back upside if we can break above 51. So 390 is what I would expect. Anything higher, 429, a miracle if we were to get all the way back up there. All right, again, YM, again, be ready for both directions. Major support resistance, watch for the move back up to 781. If Globex follows through on the sell-off, you'll want to watch the 4-hour charts. We're down here at 508, 508. Again, taking a look at the daily 4-hour and range charts as we continue to hold above 51.44. We've already broken down below the range chart levels. We'll have a reset here as we bounced off the resistance. Watch for the 50 MA. We haven't seen that test as both the NQ, YM, and ES have now broken their respective 10-day period moving averages. Major support resistance holding near 625. Anything lower, look for the retest to 497 overnight. Anything below that, we'll have a reset on the MMLs here. But again, 508 is the first level after 625. 508, we lose that. We go down to 497. See if the 50 MA plus a little bit might hold there if the Globex follows through. ES final charts here. There we go, upside. Watch 59 upstairs, 59 upstairs on all three charts. Anything downside, watch for that daily 50 MA here around 36, all the way down to 32 here, all across the board. And then appreciate the fact that on the bigger time frame on the ES, daily 4-hour and core setup, we are finding support here at the 51.44 EMA. It's been some time, but finally catching up here. So we might find the support here, but there it is, just within a tag of the 50. Let's see if we break that. If we break that, watch for 312.50, 312.50 downside, and anything lower we'll assess overnight. All right, Jedi traders, as we roll into tomorrow, economics-wise, we have more Fed speakers throughout the week, but a couple red star events, existing home sales, EIA Petroleum. Again, we might be looking to close out a little bit more downside or balance out today's profile. Anything goes. Got to watch the Globex session to see where things roll and then assess in the AM session as we watch the pre-market trend and see where we're going. So there we go, Jedi traders. A little bit of extended on the daily trend today, but a lot of great charts today to show you what it takes to stay in the trend if you're in the move. Hey guys, that concludes an insight into the daily trend and technical momentum of the indices and key futures markets. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My mantra is one simple strategy: any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at TradingFibs, and as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts, only watching what's in front of me and on my charts, and as always, leave your bias at the door when trading. For those of you that are interested in joining us in our community of like-minded traders seeking those highest probability setups and runs like today, feel free to email me, David at TradingFibs.com. You may join us any Thursday or Friday to view the live chart setups as they happen in the trading day. All right, guys, it goes down in history another day. Pullback, good pullback. We need days like this in order to go higher. Sure, we have more to pull back. Nothing wrong with that. Tying a little bit of economics, tying a little bit of politics. We might just get what we are asking for. Eventually, market will find some balance and give us another lift. Every market downside always has room to for markets to pull back upside. So you got to be ready for that in both directions every single day. All right, that's it. Have yourself a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. Good day, good night, and good trading to you.